What's up, Goddess Gang? Today we are back with another judging panel, and today I have my first air. You want to introduce yourself?
My name's Antonio. This is my first time really being in a video for years, so I'm
He's
excited.
he's not new to this, but he's not true to this. Is that right?
Yes,
You're excited?
I'm very excited.
Are you nervous?
Kind of, but it's not like something that's super challenging. Just give an honest opinion and be fair.
Correct. Be fair. We always try to be fair. Like, we try to make sure we are taking everything into consideration. Also, to be honest, we try to give constructive insight, but also like really just appreciating the art and the artist and things like that. So wonderful. Here is our blog site. As you guys know, you can always visit us at www.scorpiongoddessnails.blog. I like to always start the panels with visiting my blog site because, well, you haven't seen my blog site, right?
No.
So this is new to him and it might be new to you. But there's this Goddess Gang Now Art Challenge Hall of Fame. And that's where we can see all of the previous themes and also all of the special themes. We are actually on our third theme that's a special theme. We had the Zombie Nail Art Challenge, the Winter Wonderland Nail Art Challenge, and now we're working on the Celebrating Love Nail Art Challenge, and it's active for about 12 more days. So that's pretty exciting. But nevertheless, here is the website, and here we have the Goddess Gang Nail Art Challenge participant gallery. So these are all the people so far that have participated. Alton, stop. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Okay, guys. Alton wants to be on the video. He has a haircut. He got an official poodle cut. Look at him, you guys. How do you like your haircut, baby? Oh, he's shy as always. You guys can see he's acting the same as he always does. You want to say hi? Yeah, you like to say hi on the camera, right? You like to say hi. You're not as shy today? You're getting a little braver. He's looking around. Wow, you're actually looking around, seeing what's here. Okay, you want to be my co-host finally?
As soon as I come on,
I know.
you could
It's
judge.
always competition in this house. Everybody is always competing with the next person. This kid, he has never behaved like this on camera. He's actually looking around like, hold on, okay, what is all this stuff? Go on with your bully stick. He begged for a bully stick and got one. Hold on, you guys. Anyways, so this is the participant gallery, and these are all of the people who so far have participated. And super special shout out to Nails by Thalia.22. She has press-on nails that you guys have seen on my channel, and they're very amazing. And she has record time delivery for the nails. So I definitely recommend it. You guys can save with my discount code. But go visit that video. Not gonna promote that here. And then Dream Nails by Nikki and another Anna's underscore nails underscore 90. They have participated in every single nail art challenge except for maybe the first one, but yeah, they participated in all of them. So then after that, we have a breakdown of all the themes, and we will be posting soon for our regular nail art challenge theme. I'm super excited about it. It's actually going to come at the perfect time, and one of the girls, she basically requested the theme, and then I went to check to see when that theme would be coming, and it was the next theme.
Oh, wow.
So that was awesome. That here we have some of our beautiful entries. We're very excited. And so you basically know that it's based on creativity, execution, and the wow factor, which is like the overall impact. So on the tally sheet, you can see that originality, concept, innovation, inspiration is what we consider the creativity criteria. And then the cleanliness, consistency, color harmony, and skill for the execution. And then, of course, overall impact and aesthetic appeal for the wow factor. All right. So I'm gonna make you go first. You do know that. I almost always make everyone go first. One moment. Okay, guys. So Antonio is a little shy for the camera, but he's gonna open up hopefully. You can scoot over some too. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and let's look at our first entry. I saved all of the posts straight off of Instagram and then they're kind of in the order that I saved them in, so no specific order today, but Glam Nails by Janet is first. Also, some of these participants have multiple entries. Okay.
Mm,
And also, another thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be commenting on all of these, okay?
yes.
But don't worry about that. I'll be doing that while you talk about your reflection on the nails. So I'm going to show you all the images. And let's just make sure, okay, everyone can see the images. That's perfect. And how's our volume? Make sure you raise your voice when you talk. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is the first one. And I'm just going to go through them.
Creativity wise, I think it's very cool how they have two versions of the same person converging in one set,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is very creative. And the concept as well, the same thing, two different concepts converging into one set, where it's the autumn slash summer with the winter vibe, which is awesome. And I think it's very well thought out.
Mm-hmm.
So for creativity,
And by the way, it's all on a scale 1 through 10.
creativity, I would say 7. The only thing holding back from 8 is that I would prefer, not prefer, but it'll be more creative
Mm-hmm.
to have multiple different seasons than
Mm-hmm.
just 1 and 2.
Okay.
So I think it would be cool to have the winter with the summer, how it is, or fall, and then have a spring version and a summer version.
Well, the theme is Winter Wonderland, just so you know.
Yes,
So I'm a little confused. So you're saying that creativity wise, you don't appreciate the fact that this is half summer or fall and half winter?
I would prefer more clarity to what that season is because it looks like fall, but it also looks like summer. And
Oh, okay.
you
So
know,
it's, well,
there's
yeah, because there's green grass, I would say,
yeah,
probably,
yeah,
right?
like there's
Like we
no
should see some leaves on the ground. So it feels incomplete.
yes, incomplete. That's the exact word I'm looking for.
Okay.
It would be more creative to have leaves on the floor or the grass starting to
So that's why you
come.
gave it a 7 as opposed to an 8.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Boy, you better explain. These girls be coming for me. Okay.
overall, I still do love the design.
Okay. So then execution.
Execution as well as really nice as to the two seasons converging onto one. And again, it would be nice to have the little things like the leaves on the floor. But in the winter side, there are snowflakes. The floor is covered in snow. There's the evergreen trees that are always green even in cold winter, which is really nice for execution. And I think that how both the Tinkerbell and the other fairy are both holding hands or hugging each other throughout the different sides of the season, which is really good execution. So I'll give it an 8.
Okay, an 8 for execution. Alrighty. And then, so the wow factor.
The wow factor. I think those are really extremely creative to have two different seasons. And
Yes.
I personally would never have thought to do that. And I like how they chose to do those. And the wow factor might, I would give it an 8 again.
An 8.
The only thing
Okay.
holding back from a 9 is, again, the little things. That would be the leaves on the floor, the grass starting to slowly shrivel. It wouldn't be super green. it will be slightly windy and other things like that. But it's still very creative, and I think it deserves an 8.
Innate. Okay. Alrighty. So my turn. All right. For creativity, first off, well, let me start with the wow factor. So for the wow factor, in hindsight, now that I've heard his feedback, I think I have a different reaction. But in my first reaction, so they go hand in hand because now that I look back on it, I can tell that my wow factor reaction was only to these three nows. But when you mentioned that there was like you were talking about, oh, spring, fall, summer, and all this, and I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? And then I realized I'm like, okay, actually, I only took in half of the nails. I didn't even notice, like, as bad as it may sound, never did it occur to me that this was Frozen and Tinkerbell. I guess I kind of saw Tinkerbell and then I saw the snowy stuff, but I never actually noticed.
The connection between both of those.
I never noticed, one, I never noticed this summer, spring, fall now, but I also never really, like, I felt the Frozen vibe, but I didn't notice that it was Frozen artwork.
Yeah.
So I have to, with the creativity, this is, to me, this is, I love it. I love it. So I'm giving it a 9 because you guys know I'm always a little generous. But for the execution, I will score down some because so with the creativity being so high, with the originality, the concept, um, I love the fact that there's this snowy, hollow, iridescent paint on the background, and then we have clean white, and I like how she kind of just drug the paint. I'm a perfectionist when I do my nail art. I never would have even thought to do like nails with just dragging the paint and being like, who cares, just let it go. Let it go.
I don't know any of this because I'm not a nail expert, so I wouldn't have taken any of that into account.
Well, that's why we always like to have a diverse panel, right? But I agree, this evergreen tree is super beautiful, and I didn't even know that it was always green no matter what, and that's probably why it's called evergreen.
Yeah.
And then I really enjoyed that she made this look like a snowy day, which in my mind I only think of snowy nights, but this is a snowy day, and I think that's to me a challenging thing
Recreate.
to create onto the nail, yeah. But nevertheless, this artwork of these two art is very beautiful. You could tell that there was room for perfection, a little bit of like she could have done better, you could say, but I know that when you do nail art, you get tired, so sometimes you just be like, oh my gosh, I need a break. Um, but maybe if Tinkerbell would have been a little smaller and set back some and had like half of a winter background and half of a fall background,
That would have been very.
that would have probably been better execution. And then because we wanted the Winter Wonderland to be the main concept, but with Tinkerbell being so big, like with her hair starting at the top of the nail, even though I appreciate that if it was just Tinkerbell. Um, but with it being Winter Wonderland, I would say set her back some, make her a little smaller in perspective, and then we could see the background. And then I think I would have grasped the concept a little bit better that way. And then I could agree that this nail is inconsistent with the beautiful cloudy sky that's partly cloudy, but then the colorful leaves on the trees, but then the solid green,
Yes.
it's a little bit much. So for execution, I'm gonna have to give it 8. And then for the wow factor, I will have to give it 8 as well. I was really wowed by these, so I'll have to give it 8 for that too. All right, and then we're gonna go over to our next one, which is, oh, hold on one second. All right, so the next one is also, hold on. Okay, wait. All right, we got it. It's also Glam Nails by Janet. So she had 2 entries. So we're gonna put her other score in this area. And all right, I'll let you go, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. Well, All right, so for this one, my reaction is that I'm obsessed with this nail. From the photo, I really do wish I had a, hold on, wait. They're supposed to be, okay, never mind. Let me shut up. Let's look at the video. Okay, yes, that's what I wanted to see. So this is literally an off the nail Christmas tree. Like, I'm so sad. Why didn't you tell me how you created this? Okay, so we have a lot to take in with this set. Um, I think out of like my first reaction and like my gut instinct and everything, this nail set definitely gets tens all the way across for me. From the creativity of this nail, like, oh my gosh. And then, so what is this? I'm not, is this supposed to be one of the little girls that he steals a gift from?
I think it's one of the people from Whoville. I don't
Okay.
know who, but
And I love
that's
how
how it
she
is.
has the rhinestones down here. The Christmas tree is beautiful. The Christmas presents are beautiful. It just makes me feel like even this 3D little Christmas tree nail charm, the background that she chose to use, this it's like it's black with iridescent, or maybe it's like a blackish gray with iridescent. And then the Grinch and how he's got like a little, he's stealing something. And the snowflakes. Hold on, wait, let's go to the picture because I want to talk about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. I really love the artwork on the Grinch. I love how again, I really love her brushwork with how she just kind of I could
Yeah,
just imagine her doing like this. And it turns out so beautiful. Even up here, you can probably see that she went in with one layer there and then she went back in and did that. And it's never, even with the eyebrows, all of her line work is very like this portrait. Let's just take the eyes out because she used black around the eyes and it kind of made them a little bit too bold.
yeah.
But if you take the eyes out and you just look at everything else, this artwork, look at those teeth. Like, how did she do that? How did she create such a beautiful mouth? Everything is really pretty. The artwork here. Now, I will say, okay, so is this supposed to be like a little like a windy, snowy trail? I will say this was one now that I could not understand the full concept of.
Yeah, it seems pretty confusing because the only thing I could think of was that being a tree that's covered in snow or a trail or something. That's the only part of the whole nail set that is generally confusing because you can't
So
really tell what it is.
this is a infamous case of she was exhausted and she just did the best she could on the last nail. I'm willing to bet. I am a little disappointed with this nail. I cannot, even if she would have just put the rest of the Grinch's hand and like maybe even just simply snowflakes, because she did so much here. And that's what I feel like sometimes when we do nail art, we feel the need to like do so much. But sometimes we take, so like this nail particularly, I feel takes away from the beauty of the rest of them. So when we're doing these nails, we just have to really appreciate our hard work and our effort. Like, look at this. He has orange eyes with a red underneath with like this is I just can't. But anyways, okay, your turn. So wait, hold on. So for originality, okay, so for creativity, oh, I said I was giving her tens all the way across. The hell I'm talking about. Yeah. All right, your turn. I thought it was your turn.
I generally might give tens across the board as well because my main thing, which might not be tens all across, is all the attention
Oh,
is
crap.
focused on
I
just
guess I gotta put 9.5 for execution. I'm sorry for that one now. Okay, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you're
no,
right.
it's fine because all the attention is focused on just the thumb and these two nails of the Grinch
But
and
you
the
gotta
person from
appreciate
Whoville.
that hand.
The hand,
That was not easy.
I know, I'm still going into it.
Okay.
And again, the brushwork is very skillful, and I don't even do anything related to painting, nails, any of that. But I think the main way that it's executed is by just being slightly messy and experimenting with different types of art style. And I think the little things like the red under the eyes, the orange eyes, not and the personality really from the nails is really nice because they have a lot of work that got put into them except for that one nail which is
Well,
the
I would say
only
there's still a lot of work put into it, but
but that's the only one since all the other nails have so much work put into them and that one it just looks like it was the only one that didn't have a lot of stuff on it which singles it out from the other nails. But I still think the whole set overall, I guess that's more of like,
well, you gotta be fair, right?
I guess that's supposed to be like the nail. Everything else is like popping out, and that one's supposed to be the
Well, I would
relaxed,
like some
calm.
clarity on it, to be honest.
Yes,
But
because it's hard to tell what it is and what it's supposed to be.
and also that's why I just threw out that disclaimer of when we put so much work into all the other nails, I don't feel like we should pressure ourselves to feel the need to go above and beyond on even, for example, the pinky. Because if it would have just been this, I guess what if it would have been a fully white nail with evergreen trees and then this one? I don't know if it would have necessarily felt like it fit in, but I guess it would have been a little less confusing.
Yeah, it could have been like some trees,
But look
just
at
some
this
trees.
rhinestone necklace. She has red rhinestone pearls. Okay, so what are your scores?
For creativity, I would give it a 10 because that's very creative to have the tree that's above the base nail line and it has a lot of detail put into it, like the plushie with the stitches and everything, so that definitely gets a 10. And for the cleanliness, consistency, skill, I think I would give it a 9.5 as well, just because of the nail. The other nail that's overall just slightly confusing and we don't know what it is. And if there was more clarity as to what that was, it would probably get a 10 as well.
Boy, what is the
Not,
score?
I said 9.5.
Oh, okay. All right, next
And
one.
then the
The
wow
wow factor.
factor, that's a 10 just because of how
You
skillful it
gon'
is.
they gonna know you my child. They gonna think I done brainwashed you. All right. Next up. Now only you get to review this one, so
Oh, because they're yours.
yeah.
I like the snowman because it's like the only thing that's not just like glittery. It's like the main part
Yeah.
besides the design of the green, red, and the glitter. For creativity, I'll give it a 7.5 because there's not a lot of
Well, compared to the other
yeah,
girls,
it's not
especially.
it's not a bunch of different things. It's just some regular
I
nails
took the
that are
cheapskate
winter
route.
themed. Yeah, that are winter themed. It's not something that's popping out at you like this is winter themed. This is for
It's Winter Wonderland.
yeah, but there's nothing that's really
That is
showing
Winter
winter wonderland.
Wonderland.
It's just it's giving me winter, not a lot more.
You are gets
But they
banned
still
from panel.
they still have a lot of nice designs like the rhinestones at the end of the or at the base of the nails.
The cuticle bling.
Yes, and I like how the snowman isn't too it's not too simple, but it's not too like
He's
difficult.
perfect.
It's just a normal snowman that you'd see in multiple different areas. And
Okay, so execution and wow
execution,
factor.
it's very well thought out, up like related to how clean it is,
Mm-hmm.
because there's not really a lot of things you can mess up, revolving around the snowman and
So what
the
was the score?
execution of the nails. I'll give it 8.
Okay. You are rude. Talking about some not a lot of things you could mess up. The audacity. This is acrylic. That snowman is an acrylic snowman.
And then the wow factor, I like how simple it is. It's not something that's it's something that's pretty casual, not something that would be like screaming at you.
So I don't
Where
get any points for my play with the
no,
Christmas trees. Like, do you see my Christmas trees?
I'm
Okay, okay, okay.
that's why I gave it a good. I think for wow factor it'd also be an 8 because of how simple they are, but the design concept where they're Christmas trees and there's simple snowman. They're
Okay.
not too much, but they're a good amount of creativity.
Well, I give myself no, I'm just kidding. Great. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for eating me alive. All right, you guys. Next up, we have Anna's nails. Anna's underscore nails underscore 90. Hopefully, she does better than me with this guy. All right, so we only get one picture. So don't be a picky one, okay? Beggars can't be choosers. Nah, this one is stunning. So, do you want to go first or me?
I think you can go first since you didn't get to go on the last one.
Did I put the scores in the right place on this one?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay, on all of them.
Yep.
All right. So, one, she says snow day magic. My first time trying to create a scene on nails. And this was her third entry, so we'll see more from her. So for this one, my reaction was for the wow factor, I know y'all are gonna hate me. I guess I can just give it a 9.5 because everyone hates me when I give 10s. But I was really wowed by this because I wanted to create a Winter Wonderland nail set that was like a snowy night. And then when I saw these, I was like, see, this is exactly what I wish I knew how to do. The line work, the fact that these trees back here are clouded so that it really looks like a snowy night. We even have the same thing from the windows. We see the close-up view and the far view. And one thing about her is that she works on improving her nail art all the time. And these are very beautiful. We have candles, beautiful purple candles, and in the flames. Everything looks very real to life, which I really enjoyed the fact that she was able to do that. I do sort of hate how it feels with the window top. Maybe I would have not put the top on the window and just had the window. I don't know how it would look, but I don't like the bareness of these cuticles as opposed to those cuticles. And a little bit of a downfall is that we didn't get a thumbnail on this set, so I was a little bummed about that. But overall, for the execution, I'm giving a 9. And then for the creativity, um, I'll give it 8.5 for creativity on this one. All right, your turn.
For creativity, I think it's nice how the back is clouded, how you said, because they won't be clear in the snow. And I think it's nice how they have the window like that. And the bareness of the other nails also does pop out. Another thing is in the front two nails, the index in the middle. I don't the only thing I don't like is how the candles, they seem to be like one big candle with two wicks.
Oh
So
yeah.
I wish they had some like division.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it does look pretty clean how there's snow on the sill
Mm-hmm.
and the attention to detail with the snow falling. So for creativity, I will give it an 8.5,
Okay.
how you rated it. Execution, I'll go an 8.5 as well. And wow factor, I think it's a 10 because of how skillful and creative it was. And
Okay.
the attention to detail because it was very clean. If it feels like it's clean and it's overall nice. Like this
Yeah.
is something you would want to wear during the winter.
It feels very natural.
Yes, it does.
I don't know how she was able to pull off all those specks of snow because I've tried that and yeah, she did great. And I love these lines look so like this is free form art. This is like, all right, we're doing it, just going in for it. And
Yeah.
then how she put the snow on the windowsills.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts.
There was no part where she really overlooked the details. Like even underneath the wax, there's a shadow. The wicks, you can tell have mo three colors, I think. A little bit of a mixture of three colors. Pretty stunning. Oh, and then
My only problem was the separation between the candles, but it's not something that's shouting out to you that it's not nice. It's the perfect amount of clean, yet still being a nail, and it's not gonna be perfect, but
yeah,
it still feels like it's really nice.
yeah. Well, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But nevertheless, we have another entry from Anna's Nails. In this one, she did a she Grinch. Her name is Grinchiana. You want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first on this one.
Oh,
I like how the concept of a girl version of
hold on,
Grinch.
wait. Let me see it. I thought there was multiple images of it. Oh no, there's just a video. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You like the
I like
concept?
the concept of it being a girl version of the Grinch and how it's holding a coffee, which is really nice. That's
She even got her nails did.
yeah, that's amazing.
She got a
And
chain and everything. Oh my word. She got a Grinchiana chain. Oh man, it won't let us. I'm gonna show you a still image of it. Hold on. I have the images here. Uh, we're gonna look at a couple of still images. You guys won't see them, but I'm gonna continue to play the video. But for you to be able to judge, we need a, and that's why you technically are supposed to post pictures, y'all, of these. All right, so look at Grinchiana. All right. Okay, that was the best picture that I got. All right, so, all right, for creativity,
creativity, just the I'm gonna have to give it a 9 because of how it's making a whole new version of Grinch as a
mhm.
girl with her nails done, her coffee, the cherry, the hollies, whatever. And for execution, I really love how the nails that don't have anything still have the texture. You can like tell just from looking at it that they have texture and they look really nice. So for cleanliness, I'll give it a 10. For execution,
Okay, so for execution, all
a
right.
10. And then wow factor,
Mm-hmm.
I I I I really feel like giving it a 10 just because of how everything is like it just feels really perfect. The execution, the creativity. So I think I'll give it a 10, yeah.
Alrighty, so for me, I'm giving it all tens because I'm obsessed. The pink is so beautiful. I love the pink. I am obsessed with this sweater that she gave Grinchiana with a literal snowflake on it. She gave her a Grinchiana chain. She has hair. She has eyebrows, eyelashes, blue eyes, her lips. She even has like little freckles. She has those eyebrows, it's insane how realistic they look. And then the hat even has cheetah print on it and lights on it. And then she still showed us even a background back there. And then needless to say, it never even dawned on me until I looked at the still image that this other now is an extension of the first one, where she's literally holding a coffee. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so adorable. And then, of course, she has her nails done. We got sweater nails, which look like they were pretty well executed. It looks like she got out of her comfort zone with these, which I
Yes.
appreciate. And then the lights nails. Now, I know you guys may think that these lights are super easy to like create, but I've tried to create them before and they are a little bit challenging. Like, they're not super easy to make look good. And I like the use of them. Wow, these lights go from her hat all the way over
I
to the
know.
next nail. Well, I think she did wonderful.
Yeah.
She did really amazing. All right, so next up, we have another set by Anna. And this one is a Christmas type theme, which I thought was so fun. And I have still images of this as well. So, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first again.
Okay, let's go ahead and put hers here. All right. Now, let's pull up all the images. Okay, so this is this full set.
I really like how how Santa's beard is done because it has a lot of depth,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel just does really well for the whole nail in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I like how the peppermints and the candy canes have the snow dripping down and it's on top of the peppermints and candy canes. And I like the charm, or I don't know what that is, a necklace that she put on that nail.
Yeah, it's like a little ensemble.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Oh, that's a bow. I almost thought it was a butterfly. It's a Christmas bow.
This the set is really well made. So for creativity, I'll give it as another 9.
A
I
nine?
I
Okay.
keep doing 9s on the creativity,
Okay, so we got a nine.
and then execution will definitely be 10, just because of all the small details.
Okay.
And then wow factor, I'll do a 9.5 because though it's very again well executed. The only thing I would sorry, the only thing I would consider is adding a little bit more around the chain or gemstones to make them look a little bit more vibrant because they're still a little like dark, but it would still be nice to have some surrounding snow or like swirls or anything else that would complement
Mm-hmm.
the nails.
Yes. Okay. So for me, I really enjoyed this set. Santa Claus, of course, I love, but I don't know what I love more. I really love the icicle Frenchie with the glitter. Like this is basically a glitter ombre with a Frenchie drawn on with glitter and icicles. So this is artistically very well recreated or created. I don't know if this was a recreation of something that, but even like my brain never would have thought to do this, in other words. So I really enjoyed that. I loved the 3D or 2D snowman. Santa Claus. He looks really good. I agree with you. His beard looks very true to life. It looks very realistic. But then the rest of him looks
Yeah.
super cartoonish.
I thought the nose and the mustache were hilarious.
And then the hat, I would say, looks pretty real to life too, but his face in general. But it looks really good. It's just she always comes out with really great. But honestly, I have to be totally honest. All three of these nails and this nail, none of them compared for me to the peppermint nail.
Yes, that one is amazing.
The peppermint sticks and the peppermint spin wheels or whatever they call them. I really love them. I really love how she worked in those super tiny lines, how she put snow onto them, and how all of her snow looks very realistic. I don't On my video where I did my Winter Wonderland set, what I said on the video was that I wish I would have had that same glitter in a smaller, finer cut because it would have looked less bulky. This is the identical glitter that I used, but in a smaller, finer cut. This is why her snow looks so effing amazing because she used the perfect cut of glitter. And then the bow is the super added touch on this little.
I know it's the perfect thing to make it look like it actually is
It's
like
just like, yeah, it's
it's a
just
sit.
playful, cute. It's an aesthetic moment. It's not really, nothing about this screams perfectionism. It screams a vibe. It's like an aesthetic vibe, and I really like that. Now, I could agree that I do appreciate the blinged out nail, but it is lost in the encompass of the other nails.
Yeah, because it doesn't have anything really related to the Winter Wonderland.
I was trying to imagine maybe what could have gone on here, and I was thinking maybe like to do the glitter ombre on this nail.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Or to even have just a little bit of snow like the other nails have, with just like some on the tip of the bow or some just scattered around.
Yeah, like so even though it has rhinestones to actually still do the snow like it was on all the other nails. Yeah, something like that. But I do appreciate the layout and the attention to detail. This was a great ensemble. So for my scores, I'm gonna give creativity, I'm gonna say a 8.5. I'm gonna put an 8.9. And then for execution, I'm gonna give a 9.5. She always does very well. Those peppermint nails, I told you guys that French tip and the snowman. And look at the snowman's cap. It looks very realistic. And then the aesthetic appeal or the wow factor, I'm gonna give that a 9. I feel like, especially compared to Grinchiana, I'm not really sure if I could give it. I mean, Grinchiana, she was something else. So, all right. Next up, we're going to have another set from Anna.
Wow.
Yes, I think she thought that she did 3 sets, but maybe she did 4. So, all right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
I like how the Nutcracker is not in the traditional colors of the red and gold, but instead of the more calming colors of the blue, pink slash purple, which really gives me more of like a calming vibe of the winter. And I like how the peppermint pinwheel or whatever you said is
Mm-hmm.
also blue.
Oh yeah, pinwheel.
Yeah, and it complements the all the nails complement each other, which is amazing. And I like how the one with the pinwheel peppermint is very it's like it's almost perfect, but it's just there where it's not perfect that it complements everything else. I like how there's attention to the detail with the Nutcracker where the eyes have just a dot of the white that they need, and there's eyebrows, the mustache, and I think for creativity I would give it a 10.
Okay, we got a 10.
And then cleanliness, consistency, execution, also a 10.
Okay.
And then the wow factor is
Also a 10. No, go ahead.
I think I'll give it a 10 all across because of how simple it is, but it's just extremely clean.
Yes. I'm a perfectionist, so this set screams I love it so much because it's literally perfect. Everything about it is stunning. Now, I will say again, I'm not seeing that thumbnail, so I guess I gotta score down on execution for that. But because I'm like, okay, this is stunning. What's that thumbnail look like? But nevertheless, I appreciate how she took the Frenchies and made them all different. We have the more casual Frenchie with the glitter outline and the snowflake on the index finger. But then she went way far into left field with like snowflakes on a glass Frenchie
I
tip
know that was
with a glitter smile line. And like you said, the peppermint is a blue peppermint, a blue one. It was so
and there's
cute.
a bunch of different colors of the blue. It's not just one.
Yes, multiple different shades, and that is to create monochromatic, monochrom, mono. Anyways, when you use one color, but mix white or black into it to make it darker or lighter. I think you really only, yeah, but anyways, the same color but multiple different shades to have that's super appeasing. And then of course the baby pink sweater French tippy, a Frenchy tip with the baby blue smile line. And all of these are deep Frenchies, which I enjoy. But what I most enjoy is how she used the entire nail for the nutcracker.
Yes.
And while all of the Frenchies, every single nail of this set is a star of its own. No nail can look at the next nail and be like, oh, you're better, I'm better than you, or I'm better than you. It's like, no, you're all like the best. And to be able to create that execution wise, I think is very, 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 it's just amazing. I mean, there's really nothing else you can say. Her line work,
It's all
very neat.
it's all very neat.
Yes, it's all, and the shades that she used for her nail beds and the shade that she used on the nutcracker and all that. And the fact that, like you said, about how she took this and didn't use traditional colors, and I really, really enjoyed that. That is like that makes it unique to the artist, and she's really good at doing that. So for originality concept, I'm giving her a 10, needless to say. I do have to mark down on the execution for not being able to see that last now. I'm gonna give a 9. And then overall impact or aesthetic appeal, I was impacted, girl. Girl, bye, I was impacted. It's gonna be a 10 on that one. All right, so next up we have the lovely, amazing Dream Nails by Nikki. She had multiple sets as well, so this is the first one, and I will let you go first.
I'm I'm getting I don't know what to call it, but this feels like something you'd see on like a book cover where the bear is looking at
Or
the
a
north
Pepsi commercial. The
problem.
first thing I thought of was a Pepsi commercial.
Yeah, it looks like something you would see in like an ad or a book cover. And I like how the stars are like they have the rhinestone in the middle and they're
Well, those are bows.
oh those are
Well, that one is a bow, and then the
yeah.
snowflake.
Oh, the snowflake, not the
Yeah.
star.
Oh, there is a star there.
The North Star there. Yeah, the bear.
Girl, slay. Okay, let me shut up. I'm officially okay.
I like how the bear is looking up at the North Star and the impact of the it looking at the North Star. If that is what that is, if that is what the concept is. I like how there's like the present, where there's like the bow, and then there's the wrapping
I was
paper.
gonna say that looks like wrapping
I
paper.
know. And then there's the French tip with the, I guess, the snowflake incorporated into it with the rhinestones in the middle of everything, which I think add the perfect amount, where it's not a lot of rhinestones,
Mm-hmm.
but it's enough for everything. And I think my favorite will probably be the star nail because of how, like,
Mm-hmm.
simple it is, but it has a lot of detail. For creativity, I will give it a 10.
Okay. We got a 10 in the cut. We got a 10 in the cut.
And then execution, I will give it a 9.5.
Y'all know I love tens. Okay.
The only reason I don't give it a 10 all across is because I I personally think it would have been better to have the bow with the wrapping paper or something else to complement the wrapping paper.
What if it's a candy cane?
It doesn't look like a candy cane.
Boy, that is your personal opinion. Move on.
And then overall impact, I will give a 9 as well.
Rude but Tom Wilson because this dude, y'all know he ain't never gonna find a wife at this rate. No, the outfit was cute, sweetie. It's just those earrings. They were not a gift for me. All right, my turn. What about the bear? The
That,
execution of the bear.
that's what gave it such a high score because
Oh,
of
okay.
how the line work
I love
was.
the texture on the
I
bear.
know
I
that's
love the glow, the line work, the texture, the whiteness of the bear, the cleanliness of these nails. One thing I always have to appreciate when you guys do your nails is the shapes and lengths that you choose. And this length and shape is perfect for this set because I feel that if it would have been square or coffin or anything else, or maybe longer or shorter, it wouldn't have felt so magical. This feels like the perfect amount of canvas to give this beautiful, like to lay out the concept. Um, a couple things. One, the bear, 100% love the bear. Love the star that he's looking up at too. If it is the North Star, I never even thought of that, but that makes it even better. But I'm really obsessed with the pinky nail with that semi-deep French tip with the snowflake and the rhinestone. I will take a whole set with just those and I will be so happy and so thankful because it's so pretty. She did a very beautiful job. Believe it or not, those gift bows are harder to draw than they may seem. And then the wrapping paper, which is what I thought it was, unless it was supposed to be a candy cane. Flawless line work on that one. And the snowflakes, the stars. I like the fact that she varied it with a few stars and snowflakes, not just snowflakes. That was very creative as well. So you guys, a 10 for creativity. Oh well, mm, mm, yeah. I gotta give her a 10, y'all. Execution, I gotta give it 10. Overall impact, I gotta give it 10. Okay, that's done. Let's just move along. All right. I love giving her 10s because she does good. Okay, sorry, y'all. Now, back in the hot seat, buddy.
the these are weird because they're 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 pop they're popping out at you because of how much glitter there is, the depth of them, which is nice. If I did nails, my preference would for the sweater to not have the glitter, so it's not all just a bunch of glitter.
Yeah, so it doesn't get lost in the sauce.
Yes.
Okay.
But I do like how there's the stars with some of it being darker shades of blue and the fact that there's half snowflake on the sweater part where
Mm-hmm.
it's not just covering the sweater. And overall they look really nice how the rhinestones complement and how on the middle finger or the ring finger there's like the rhinestones on the cuticle line. And overall for creativity, I will give it a 9 because it's not something that's like it's it's not something that's screaming at you like I don't know how to describe it, but it's
Okay.
not over the top like
Okay.
something special. For execution, everything is very well made. Oh my gosh.
Sit correctly, boy.
And I like how everything complements each other. So I will give that a 10.
Okay.
And then overall wow factor, I will give that a 9 as well
Okay.
because of how like glittery they are and how they pop out at you and the rhinestones complement it just enough.
Okay. All right, my turn, my turn. So these nails, I agree, there's a lot going on with these nails. There's a total lot going on with these nails. I do have some pros and cons because I agree. These nails, I believe they're supposed to be overwhelming, but I think that if they would have been executed a little better, they wouldn't be so overwhelming. They would actually like hit that sweet spot. What I think, remember when I said on the last set how the shape and the length and everything
Yeah.
is also important? These are like squares, but one thing about using squares is that when you use square nail tips, they the end result almost always comes out bulky unless you taper your squares, which I usually go with the straight edge clippers and like clip, to taper them in, almost giving them like a slight coffin look so that when all my product is on there at the end, they will look like actual regular square nails. And I just think that if these would have been tapered in to where maybe when she was posing with them that they wouldn't have been touching, or like how the thumb looks a little flared and things like that, if they would have been tapered, they would have hit the spot. Another thing, and this is just like me being picky, but it's almost driving me crazy that I think that these snowflakes are glued on top, or are they underneath? Are they?
Some of them are like in the nail.
And then the other ones are on top, or
Yeah.
what?
There's some that are on top and inside of the nail.
Yeah, like on the
Like multiple.
index finger, I can't, like, yeah, the thumb was good, but the index finger, I can't tell if I'm a little confused about
There
that.
might be like a
But
slight layer over top of them.
yeah, so I would have liked to see just more depth, which is more work, right? Who cares about that, right? Who go? One thing that I love to use for stuff like that is hard gel because it's pretty quick and easy. But anyways, so enough of that. I really love the snowflake on the middle finger. I like the fact that she's busting out so many skills with like these icicles and these snowflakes, variations of the snowflakes, the outline around the nail, and then she has the peppermint sticks. And like you mentioned, she did the sweater design. I could have lived without that sweater design. Um, Maybe simply I agree because it was glittery. It would have been nice to see like kind of like a subtle, like a resting spot. Like I feel like it could have been a safe space if it wasn't glittery. So I agree. But also I would have just liked to see like I enjoy the sweater nail that's going across the nail, but I would have liked to see it a little more detailed where it didn't like where it looked like a complete thought, because then I would have been able to appreciate it more. But we do see depth on the pinky. We see that snowflake down underneath that peppermint stick. So all overall is very beautiful. It's almost so hard for me to judge this because you know how I like to give tens, but okay, so for execution, I know that we're gonna give a 8.5. And then for overall impact or for the wow factor, I was really impacted with, I really like the index and the middle finger the best out of all the fingers. I wish there would have been more that looked like the index finger. So I guess I'm gonna give it a 8. And then for the creativity, I'm gonna give it a 9 because I think the creativity was really good. But there was some room for improvement for me. All right. So last but not least, we have not these ones, this one. This one is by formerly known as Chaotic Nails, but her name now is Rocks Row Nails. And so you want to go first or me?
You go first this time.
Alrighty. Well, I love these nails. I was really excited and happy when I saw these because I was again going back to how I wanted to create the stormy winter night look. When I saw these, I felt defeated low key. I'm like, okay, it's no way I'm gonna be able to like she did it. It's already done. It's not, I mean, I thought of like more of like a bluish, blackish, dark, but this execution, um, one thing I tried to be sure of when I did the challenge is not to make it a Christmas theme in case people wanted to participate that didn't celebrate. And she managed to tie, this is all winter, but the aesthetic gives Christmas. And I was so impressed by the fact that she was able to do that. Even it seems like with this, I don't know if this is like a light post with a star. Instead of having the star on top of the tree and things like that, she integrated the colors into the background instead of having lights over the tree. But the most disappointing thing about this nail set for me was the fact that there was nothing on the other nails. I guess I almost would have liked to see them be like a darker color or maybe even like colorful or something and then have these snow icicle things. I also was a little confused as to why the icicles were hanging from the bottom of the nails instead of from the top, but I guess that maybe that's just because of the overall portrait. So, I don't know. I was so impressed by these ones. I was craving more. But then again, some artists, when they do that, it's kind of good. It's like, okay, I did my job, right? So, for creativity, obviously, it's a little challenging because there's only two nails and they're almost the same. So for creativity, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. For execution, I'm gonna give it a 9. And then, well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9. And then for overall impact, I'm gonna give it 8.5 because I was very impacted by them. And again, she used like some kind of glitter that looks very fine. It turned out really nice. So what do you think?
I think for the creativity, I will give it a high number around 9
Hmm.
because just because of how she integrated the Christmas without directly linking it to Christmas and still following the theme. But I do understand, well, I do question why the other nails do not have anything. And the only thing I don't like is how all the stuff is focused on just those two nails. And I would have liked some more attention on the other three nails. Just simple stuff, if anything. I do like how the icicles are down on the other ones, and how the stars on the pole, and even the lights in the background,
Yeah, I
and
love the
little
light.
touches like the snow falling down. But the main thing that does bring it down slightly for me is the fact that the other nails don't really have a lot. So for execution, I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay.
And then overall impact, I really liked how she did the Christmas tree, but without the Christmas stuff, but it still be there in the background without making it really obvious that that's what its
Well, I think she
purpose
was
is.
more trying to be like festive than
Yeah,
Christmas because I don't think she really celebrates Christmas. So, and
well,
that's what I was like.
festive.
Like, it still felt like Christmas aesthetic, even though it wasn't. Yeah.
So I'll give it a 9.
A 9. Alrighty then. He's gonna give it a 9, y'all. A 9. All right. So that's all the entries that I was able to find. If you did not DM me, and your entry was not here, then I feel very bad because I told y'all for weeks to DM me. But you can always DM me if I missed your entry and I will go ahead and review it. But for now, we're going to go ahead and tally up the score. All right, you guys, we went ahead and tallied up the score, but this video is getting long, so I'm going to announce the winner in the next upload. So you guys stay tuned. We thank you all so much for tuning into the Goddess Gang Now Art Challenge Winter Wonderland judging panel. And you have anything you want to say?
All the nails did really well. I like the creativity for every single one of them, and they all needed a little tweaking, and everything needs tweaking. So just focus on improving and doing everything you can to get better. And they're all really really well thought out, and really well made. So
I think you are gonna be the harshest judging panel we have. I mean, the harshest panelist we have had so far. Alan is typically pretty harsh, but you rude. Talking about some. Just make sure you improve. Okay. Are there any that were your favorite? If you could pick a winner, who would you pick?
I think my favorite was definitely the Nutcracker with how simple it was and the
Okay.
colors
That
because the baby blue and the pink complement each other very nicely, and I thought that was amazing. and they were all very nice and very well done.
Wonderful. All right, you guys, I'm going to be announcing the winner in the next upload that we post for the Goddess Gang Now Art Challenge. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you for being on the panel.
Well,
Are you going to come back or?
probably.
What do you think? How does it feel being on panel?
It felt really nice. It was nice to be able to give my honest opinion and be here to experience all the types of different creative challenges, really, because these are challenges to better yourself and to spread your art.
Yes, to have exposure and to also to motivate and to build momentum in the now art community. Wonderful. Well, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll holla y'all.